My crusade against grifters is never going to end. Well, at least it seems like it won't. Look, there are people out there who are true grifters, who are true scoopers, who are going to push their agenda and just trying to get your hard-earned money into their pockets with their bullshit stories. But then you're going to have the imitators. You're going to have the ones who try to take even the names of the real grifters and twist it for their own gain of some clout. Well, that's exactly what happened just a few days ago over on X, where Comic X Book decided to impersonate grifter scooper Daniel RPK, and he posted this on X. Now, yes, I know this is not accurate. I know this is not real, and even Comic X Book, who I've called out in the past for bullshit stories, posted on X, like, this is just funny and satire. How do people think this is real? Look, we know what you're trying to do, kid. We know what you're trying to do. But this is what he says. He goes, sources told me James Gunn is fighting Matt Reeves because he wants Batman Part 2 to be canon to the DCU, but Matt Reeves refuses. Apparently, Gunn made some unsolicited rewrites to include Superman. Reeves leaving the project is a possibility. Now, mind you, we know there's been coverage. James Gunn even said that he spoke with Matt Reeves about including his Batman in DCU, but Matt Reeves did not want to do that. So what he did here, and this is what a lot of scoopers will do, they'll take something that is a half-truth. They'll take a portion that sounds accurate, that sounds true, that sounds like something that has been said or has been said before, and kind of twist it into very, very untruths, a lot of untruth. And the problem is this specific tweet, as you see, got 24,000 interactions, 313 likes, 16 retweets, and 50 people decided to comment on it. And as you see right underneath my arrow there, you have Mr. Aaron Fischer from my review, who recently has popped up quite a bit in some of my videos, who I've called out on numerous occasions about his less than stellar behavior in regards to being somebody of, really relevance in regard to talking pop culture. And this right here, and he's responding to somebody else on the, as you see here, Our Movie News is actually the person here who's talking. He goes, no way people are falling for this. And it goes, it sounds about right, though. James Gunn has tried to get Reeves to agree to this. Pushed the date out for years now. It's very plausible. Dude, you're not fooling anybody, Aaron Fischer. Like, he's trying to push this as it being possibly accurate. So much so that he made a video on his YouTube about this as being possible. The flip side is I'm sitting here saying it's not possible. This is not something that's possible. We know that James Gunn's DCU takes precedent over anything that's going on at DC right now. But we do know that the Batman 2 is in development. We know that Matt Reeves is writing the script. We know that it has a release date for October 2026. We know that shooting is probably going to start in sometime early 2025. Okay, so what else do we need to know? Nothing right now. Nothing else do we need to know right now. But Aaron Fischer has to just constantly push this idea and this narrative of false, fake, scoop news. And this kind of crap needs to end. Not just with DC, but with everything. Because it's not healthy. It's not good for pulp culture. It's not good for being a nerd. It's not good for bringing new fans into this. It's not good for just good old fun discussion. He's just, especially this guy here, he's just a hateful, spiteful person. about pulp culture. There's literally nothing that he says that is ever positive about DC. Ever. He just is always negative. Like, look at this tweet or post or whatever you call it on X now. He goes, Warner Brothers Discovery has been involved in false marketing ever since Black Adam was released. They used Henry Cavill to sell more tickets knowing he wasn't coming back. They flat out lied about the CGI in The Flash and lied about a special post-credit scene. Deception. Okay. I then tried to reach out to, like, look, dude, you are twisting facts about what happened with Henry Cavill, which he is, and the way everything went down, all because you have an obsession over not getting Snyder's story. And he gets mad because I bring up Snyder, but I've pinpointed the reason why he's mad about that. Like, I understand why he's upset about the Cavill situation and why he's mad about it. Even if Cavill returned, you weren't getting it. And he goes, what I said actually happened, and it had nothing to do with Snyder. What is wrong with you people? Why is everything about Snyder with you? Regardless, when you try to point out the issues, when you try to point out what is going on, that kind of just, you point out and they spiral. People like that spiral. The point of this video is, one, these scoopers, we need to push back. These people who sit here, who want to try and act as scoopers, who want to try and act as people who, here it is. I'm sorry. I thought he's got, wow, where is it at? Man, I'm terrible with this right now. Yeah, here we go. Who want to try and act as scoopers and push false information. It has to stop. It has to stop. Look, over on a video of mine, there's a comment where a guy goes, I've heard that the new CEO of Warner Brothers actually doesn't like Batman in general, as some leaks say that Warner Brothers isn't doing much for the sequel of Reeves, so he quits. And even Brave and the Bold would focus on Robin and Nightwing. Yeah, it's supposed to be Dick is Bat, but it's Nightwing, most of the script according to the leaks. Also, there's no mention of Bruce, maybe one or twice just to say that he's Damian's dad. Where is he getting this information? First off, the new CEO of Warner Brothers. So he's talking about David Zaslav here. Well, first off, David Zaslav isn't in charge of DC Films, DC Studios. So it doesn't matter if he likes Batman or not. But again, that's a false narrative that you keep hearing from people like Aaron Fischer or people like Sil Abdul or Daniel RPK or people in that ilk. Those scoopers, those people who sit there and want to push this narrative of everything that's going on at Warner Brothers is bad or is terrible. But then you start to see, or Grace Randolph even, she's another one. But then you see all these ridiculous things about storyline for Brave and the Bold. Is there even a script? I don't even think there's a script written for Brave and the Bold. At least not that I'm aware of. So this is the kind of stuff that we have to stop, because this is what happens. You have a person that's quite possibly a fan of DC who's hearing this from a scooper, from some grifter, and gets aggravated because they're a Batman fan, or they're a fan of Batman. They want to see something about Batman. But now, because they hear that the CEO of Warner Brothers doesn't like Batman, and that the new Batman movie that's going to be coming out has nothing to do with Batman, that, why should I care about Batman? Why should I care about the DCU? When all of it is bullshit. When all of it has no relevance to anything going on in the DCU. And when you have people that are like that, who are sitting there trying to spread this false narrative, these false rumors, these false leaks, these false scoops, as well as these false narratives like Aaron Fischer does, who's trying to possibly just constantly spread hate and this anger towards DC. That's all you're going to do is just get people to hate DC and cause these scoopers to constantly spread more false, ridiculous information about DC. And it's getting out of hand. Look, is DC the greatest company ever? No. Do they have skeletons in their closet? Yes, but so does Disney, so does Marvel, so does Paramount, so does Universal, so does every studio. I'm not sitting here saying that the DC is perfect. I'm not saying that Warner Brothers is perfect. We know the crap that happened at Warner Brothers for the last 10 years. We know what happened with Zack Snyder. We know that it was terrible, but they did make up for it. They did allow Snyder to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League. That was them, AT&T, making up for the mistakes of the previous regime before them. But this new regime, that is 3 regimes out from that, has no reason to have to make up for any of that. They are doing what they have to do for their IPs. This is their studio now, and they're doing what they have to do for them. But you have a bunch of people like Aaron Fischer who just want to build a bunch of hate and anger for no other reason than to be hateful and anger. For no reason. Because, James Gunn is a Marvel director. It's maddening. It's maddening. And then you have these scoopers who are mad at James Gunn because he calls them out on their bullshit. He calls them out. He calls out the scoopers and says, you're wrong. And the scoopers get mad. And I love him for that because he should. All studio heads should call out the scoopers and grifters. I think it's great. I think they should do it constantly. They should do it more often. They should. Because that needs to end. Needs to end. Let me know your thoughts, though. I think it's ridiculous. I think it needs to stop. I think us as a fandom, whether it's DC, Marvel, just pop culture fans, fans of nerdom, Star Wars fandom, whatever it is. You guys, we just gotta not listen to the scoopers anymore. Just move forward. Move forward. Let things fall as they fall. Let's just be fans. If we don't like it, we could talk about what we don't like. It's okay to talk about what we don't like. But it's also okay to talk about what we do like. But to be hateful, like this guy, this guy's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, share this around with your friends, family, neighbors, aunts, uncles, grandparents. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.